Hi everyone! In this video, we're going to see some examples how to calculate expected values. Let's have example 1. If a fair coin is tossed twice, then find the expected value for getting heads up. For our solution, let us write the sample space. The sample space formed in two tosses of a fair coin is S equals HH, HT, TH, and TT. Now, let capital X be the random variable that denotes heads up. Let us see our table here. In the first row is for the X, and we write here the number of heads up from 0, 1, and 2. For the second row, this is now the probability of the X. For the 0, there is one sample point here without the H, and this is the TT. So there is one sample point over the total number of sample points. So for the probability, we have here 1 over 4, or we say 0.25. When head is 1, there are two sample points here corresponding to that, which are HT and TH. So for the probability, that will be 2 over the total number of sample points. So that is 2 over 4. And we write 0.5. When X is 2, meaning 2 heads, there's one sample point here, HH, corresponding to 2 heads. So the probability is 1 over 4, and that is 0.25. So now the expected value, that is the E of X, is the average. This is also equal to the mean, and we write in symbol the mu. Sometimes this is also called first moment. For the formula, we write like this: summation of capital X times P of capital X, meaning we're going to multiply the X with the corresponding probability, and then we will get the total. So we have the 0 multiplied by 0.25, and we write it here, plus 1 multiplied by 0.5, then plus 2 times 0.25. Using our calculator, the final answer must be 1. This is the final answer. Example 2. If a fair dice is rolled twice, then find the expected value for getting sum of the two rolls. Let us first write the sample space formed in two rolls of a fair dice. And here it is. The smallest is 1, 1, and the largest is the 6, 6. Now let X be the random variable that denotes the sum of two rolls of the fair dice. Let us see our table down here. For the first row, this is the row for X. The smallest sum is 2, and the highest sum is 12. For the second row, we are going to write the probabilities of each of the X respectively. For number 2, the probability is 1 over 36. For number 3, the probability is 2 over 36. And for the sum of 12, the probability is 1 over 36. Now, for the expected value, we're going to multiply the x with the corresponding probability. So we have it here. 2 multiplied by 1 over 36. It's here. 3 multiplied by 2 over 36. It's here. So we continue the process up to the 12 multiplied by 1 over 36. And it is here. Using now our calculator, the final answer must be 7. This is the final answer. Example 3. Ahmed tossed 2 fair coins. He wins 6 Omani riyals if 2 heads occur. 5 Omani riyals if 1 head occurs. And 1 Omani riyal if no head occur. Find the expected winning for Ahmed. For our solution, let us write the sample space. So we have here the S equals HH, HT, TH, and TT. We let X be the random variable that denotes Ahmed's winning based on occurring of head. For our table, in the first row, we write here 6 Omani riyal. This corresponds when 2 head occurs. Next is 5 Omani riyal. This corresponds when 1 head occur. And 1 Omani riyal if there is no head occur. For the probability of the X, for the 6 Omani riyals, that corresponds to 2 heads. In our sample space, there is 1 sample point here that corresponds to 2 heads. So that will be 1 over 4. That is the probability. And we write here 0.25. Next, for the 5 Omani riyal, it corresponds to 1 head. In our sample space here, there are 2 sample points that correspond to 1 head. And those are HT and TH. It means probability is 2 over 4. And that is 0.5. For 1 Omani riyal, that corresponds to 0 head. We have here 1 sample point, the TT, that corresponds to that. So the probability is 1 over 4, and that is 0.25. Now for the expected value, we multiply this 6 by the 0.25, and it is here. Next, 5 times 0.5. We write it here. Then plus 1 times 0.25. We write it here. Using now our calculator, the final answer is 4.25. We don't forget the currency. That is the Omani Riyal. So 4.25 Omani Riyal. This is the final answer. I hope you learned something from this video. See you again next time.